Hey everyone, I'm back, and this time I'm going to be reviewing The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck, Anna Kendrick, and J.K. Simmons. And so, what's this movie all about? Well, it's about this. It mostly follows the story of Christian Wolf, played by Ben Affleck, who basically suffers from autism, and he's trying to deal with it. He's also an accountant who is also kind of a spy-ish person, and that's basically what this movie's about. Him doing accounting for some of the most dangerous people on the planet, like you saw in the trailer, or heard in the trailer. Sorry. Yeah. So what did I think of the movie? Well, I thought this movie is. But before I get into my final thoughts, I need to give you my initial thoughts. Sorry about that. To start off, I'd like to say all of the actors in this movie did a fantastic job, especially Ben Affleck. Ever since he was first cast as Batman, if you remember, back in 2014? Early 2014, late 2013. And he was cast as Batman, and everyone exploded over that. And ever since then, he showed us that he pulled off a really good Batman, if not a great Batman, and Bruce Wayne. And ever since then, he's shown me that he's a great actor, and he keeps building himself higher and higher. And this movie definitely proves that. He did a fantastic job, and he's basically the main character that you're going to be with throughout the entire movie, because it's about him. And moving on, and let's talk about the characters. The characters were good because I really liked them because they felt like people, and well, you might be asking yourself, what do I know about autism? Well, I myself have Asperger's myself, and I have to deal with that. And so I really liked that this movie also knows what Asperger's is and how it should be dealt with. Excuse me. And the fact that it understands what it means to be with Asperger's really shows me, makes me feel that this movie knows what it is, and I'm glad to see that, because the Christian Wolf in this, Ben Affleck in this movie, in his role, he really feels like he's not like everyone else. He's completely different, but also kind of similar. He wants to talk with people, but he has trouble communicating with others, and others will want to communicate with him, but he has these kind of very quick answers that don't really make a conversation, more or less. They just it's just a question to an answer, not really a conversation, if you know what I mean by that. So I really thought that was a great, that's what this movie's greatest strength is, what it means to be with autism. So I have to give that a major plus for this movie. And overall, there's also some really good action sequences. And before I get into the action sequences, I forgot to say something about earlier, and the fact that the character of Christian Wolf, he is he also has a dad who was part of the military, and so he also has these skills of what it's like to kill people and basically protect yourself, rather than just dealing with Asperger's. He's also kind of like an agent, even though that's not really how I would describe him as. He's pretty much a guy who does accounting and does what's right, basically. Where the movie falters for me is there are way too many subplots in this movie that it kind of makes it feel like you don't really know what the main plot of the movie is. And for that, I was sitting in the theater just wondering, or at times, what is the main plot of this movie? And it's not very easy to explain, and for two reasons. One, as I mentioned earlier, there's too much going on that I'm not sure what the main plot of the movie is. And second off, I don't really. I think that might get into spoiler territory. I'm afraid I'm going to spoil what happens in the movie. So, the subplots that could have been minimized a little bit. And another issue I have, and it's not really part of the movie. This is kind of like a little nitpick, but it's still a flaw, nevertheless. That would be the marketing. Now, this movie was kind of marketed as an action movie, but it is not an action movie. It is a drama that's about Ben Affleck's character dealing with autism, and that's basically what it's about. It's not about action, it's about drama. So if you're looking for an action movie, there is action in this movie, but it's not about action, it's about drama. So that's another flaw I had. And there's like one other complaint is there's like two separate scenes that have like a 30-second like gap of making the pacing go a little too slow for my taste. But it's not a big deal by the end because it's only about 30 seconds each, which is 60 seconds of the movie in total, which isn't enough to bog it down that much. But overall, I really love this movie. I think you should go see it, and I'm going to give it an A. And if you have anything else that you want to say, you can leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.